Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name is Asian Psycho, and this is going to be the NX Standard variant review of the MK48 family, featuring the MK48 Mod 0. This is actually a very interesting machine gun, and we'll get into why it is in a second. First of all, I would like to tell you guys that the MK48 Mod 0 is one of my favorite machine guns in the game. And it's not only because of its unique characteristics, it just overall feels like a really capable machine gun, and you can do a lot of damage with it if you know how to use machine guns right. And in this gameplay, I'm pretty sure I get the job done pretty easily, or not easily, but I'm pretty sure I get the job done really well. We don't win the game, but I do wreck the enemy team pretty badly. I'm not gonna lie. I was surprised myself how exactly well I did with this machine gun. But hopefully you guys will enjoy the gameplay, and let's get started on the review on the MK48 Mod 0. Now, statistically speaking, the MK48 Mod 0 is exactly the same as the MK48, and the only real difference is, once again, pretty much the same reason why that the MK48 camo is different from the MK48, and that's because of its recoil. If you notice on the Combat Arms webpage if you click on similar items comparisons for the MK48, then you'll notice that all the stats are the same. It's just that it's a funny thing because it goes from highest recoil to lowest recoil. Like, it'll list MK48 and then MK48 mod MK48 camo, and then MK48 mod 0, and then the MK48 mod 0 camo, which is the NX rare variant of the MK48. And what the funny thing is that all the stats are the same, like I said, but only the recoil is different. And it's funny because it goes from 71 to 70 to 69 and to 68. So I find that kind of hilarious. But then that's the only real difference amongst MK48 variants. So for the MK48 Mod 0, it has a recoil of 69. And that's 2 less than the original MK48. And now that 2-point reduction in recoil, on the last episode on the MK48 camo, I said that it might not be like all that significant having just 1 point less recoil, but for the MK48 Mod 0, it has 2 points less recoil. Now that's pretty significant, even though you might not think so still, because it's like, oh, it's a machine gun, it's still gonna have pretty heavy recoil. Well, that may be true, but 2 points less recoil, you can definitely feel that the spread does not spread out as fast as it does on the MK48. I can guarantee you that. Just like how I said that the AK-103 spread does not spread out as fast as the AK-47s. It's the same reasoning, or it's the same kind of mechanic behind the difference between the MK48 Mod 0 and the original MK48. So think of it like that, and you should be golden. Or at least that's what I believe. If you guys think that the 2-point reduction in recoil means something different, then be my guest. Put your opinion in the comments below, and I'll read it over, and I'll see if I agree with you or not. But that, once again, that's the only real difference in statistics between the MK48 and the MK48 Mod 0. That 2-point reduction in recoil is very significant, and it'll help you keep your aim on target immensely. Now, in terms of just mechanics and how it performs and how it looks and all that crap, like draw speed, sprint drawback stuff, the sprint drawback, I'll just go into detail right now. For Tapfire Ability, actually I'm going to discuss the recoil because the recoil is changed a little bit. The recoil statistic, like I said, is reduced by 2 points from 71 to 69. And the recoil spread, like I said, doesn't enlarge as fast. It's still got the maximum spread as the MK48, it just doesn't expand as fast. And the Recoil Kickback is also not as bulky, and well, it's pretty similar. It's marginally lighter than the MK48. So it doesn't really make that much of a difference, but I can still feel it. And Recoil Controlability overall is a little bit easier than the MK48. So for Tapfire Ability, I normally don't really say much about Tapfire Ability for machine guns, but the MK48 Mod 0 is one of the few machine guns in Combat Arms to have a scope pre-attached to it. In this case, it's got the TA3 ACOG, or actually it's not the TA3, it's the TA1 ACOG, the ACOG where it displays the range on your scope, on your HUD. And this is really unique because the scope is actually surprisingly accurate. In the beginning of the game, you saw me snipe someone from the crane using the scope on the MK48 Mod 0. For long distance engagements, do not hesitate to use a scope. It is very useful, and it's surprisingly more accurate than you think it is. And fantastic kill streak time. Anyways, so yeah, Tapfire Ability, it's definitely doable, a lot easier than other machine guns that don't have scopes on it. But then again, because of its in-scope recoil is very, very heavy, you might find it a little bit difficult to Tapfire. And sprint drawback, draw speed, center speed, reload speed, they're all the same. Actually, draw speed is a little bit faster on the MK48 Mod 0 than the over the MK48, and that's actually pretty significant if you think about it. But then they all are different in terms of animation. So reload speed is also a little bit faster on the MK48 Mod 0 over the MK48, but then again, it's got a different reload animation at that. So. And everything else is pretty much the same as the MK48. Let's see, key physical characteristics. Actually, it looks pretty much the same as the MK48. It's got a lighter overtone though, and it's got a different colored magazine feed box, so it looks like. And is there anything else I should say? And yeah, attachment options. It's got a scope pre-attached already, so you don't have to worry about that. And frank personal opinions, I love this machine gun. It's one of my favorite machine guns, and I wish I got it for perm, but unfortunately I didn't, and now you can't get it for perm anymore. But anyways guys, thanks for watching guys. That's my review on the MK48 Mod 0, so yeah.